hey, I have a small business in Miami, airplane parts business. I'm the owner. Last year we did $5 million in sales, 700,000 net. Got about 3 full-time employees and 4 full-time like contract 1099 salespersons. Basically, I'm running both ends of the stick. I'm trying to figure out what kind of percentage I should give to be able to hire somebody to manage my day-to-day. I don't see an ROI from that position necessarily, but trying to figure out to be able to bring somebody on to offset some of my load, as this is actually kind of a side hustle for me.
Big side hustle.
It's big. It's become huge.
Yeah. Okay, so you walked away with $700,000
last year. Yes.
How much of that are you willing to give up to get this peace back in your life?
If you ask my wife, every penny.
Well, that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about it in business here.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I mean, I would give up a good portion of it. I would say on average, though, we net $30,000 a month. That's what I kind of base my past 3 years off of. Now I have some good months that we do $100,000 like last month on certain projects that I work on. So I take the $30,000 as my kind of base, because if I bring somebody on, I'm very worried about not working out, right?
So half of your income is highly irregular?
Half of it can be highly irregular, yes. The past 3 years, let's just say $30,000.
30,000 is 360. It's not 700.
I agree. There's been some great months with some special projects that I work on, and they are becoming more frequent, but you can't count on it, you know?
Okay, so if you hire someone to run the 3 full-time people, what do they do?
They would be mostly working with the clients that I work with on a day in and day out business, day in, day out.
Now, what does the 3 full-time people do?
They source things, so we're kind of a brokerage, but we also have our own parts. So a lot of them are reaching out to other vendors to get the parts that people need for their airplanes. Okay.
And the 4 1099 guys are just straight up, they're on the street selling.
They're for anybody and everybody, not just exclusive to me, you know?
Okay.
Yeah,
so they're just like manufacturer's rep type things.
Correct. I've tried to have my own salespeople, but it's just very volatile, and I've seen that this works the best. Is just to have people kind of on this leash.
Okay. So you're running cost of goods sold of $3 million.
Yeah.
Okay. Somewhere around there to get to the 700 after paying 3 people and 4 1099s.
That's correct. I don't take anything, so this is my side business. I don't take anything from the business. I just keep reinvesting into more inventory, so on and so forth. There are projects I work on, and they just keep getting bigger. Right?
Man, you're killing it. I'm proud of you. So how long have you had this?
It's been about 3 years. 5 years unofficially, but officially 3 years. Thank you.
So go back to the other part that you were answering a minute ago then. If you hire someone for X number of dollars to come in and help you with the quote-unquote day-to-day, they're going to look over the 3 full-time team members that are sourcing parts, and they're going to look over the salespeople that are brokering the deals, correct?
Correct, right.
And what is the client connection you've got?
Well, they work with my team. They've gotten used to that. We have a lot of different avenues of how they communicate through my system. But there's a lot of logistics that go throughout the day, right, of parts going from here to Singapore to Brazil to New York. It just depends.
Are you doing that? Not one of your 3 people?
Well, they help with it, but it comes down to me to make sure it's happening, right? So that's a big part of this management role, is making sure logistics is getting done accordingly. I'm even packing parts, right? I mean, it just depends. I got racks full of parts in my garage.
Okay. All right. So don't you need to hire someone to do logistics and packing parts before you hire someone running the whole thing?
It's just how it works. They're high ticket items, so it's not like every day there's a sale. I would love that. I would say on average we do about 20 sales a month.
Okay, so this person is going to do some packing of high-end parts, and they're going to do logistics for you. And they're going to look over the 3 people and the 4 1099 people. What else are they doing?
That would be a big part of it. It's really just trying to get the eyes that I have on the operation right now to be able to oversee those things. What would be the idea? So I don't feel like there's an ROI except for my time's freed up to look for the next project.
Yeah, and you'll go make more on the next project than you will on packing parts.
Absolutely.
You know, so yes, there is an ROI. It's like there's not an ROI on hiring a personal assistant, but it frees me up. I'm not sitting and answering emails and booking calendar stuff. It frees me up to go do things that make money.
Absolutely.
Same thing. It's an administrative role. So this is a COO of sorts, but of a small business. And so it's a very hands-on chief operating officer. So, I mean, does $100,000 not buy this person?
It could. So I've identified somebody, and that's where they're at. And I'm just nervous being a small business operator, bringing somebody there, and then, say that it doesn't work out. I know I've had 3 good years. I don't know why I'm anxious, I guess.
Well, I mean, you just tell them the truth. The truth is I've had 3 good years. And if you help me and we do this right, then the stability is based on our competency. It's not based on automatic security. This isn't the freaking federal government, which is also no longer secure. So, thank God. But I think that the $100,000 sounds like it makes a lot of sense, and maybe even bonuses above that if we raise the profits.
Absolutely. No, that's where I'd be at $100,000 if we continue with the net 30 a month, and then hey, above and beyond that, there's a percentage. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Now, here's what I'm going to challenge you to do, because it took me a few minutes on the phone to get you to do it, and so you haven't done it, and I need you to spend some time on this, like budget 2 hours on this. I want you to write out in great detail exactly what this person's job is.
Absolutely.
Because it's still a little fuzzy in your brain, and by the time it's transferred to someone else's brain, it's going to get real fuzzy.
Yes, I agree.
So, I need like 5 really good paragraphs. Typewritten. I need you to really sit down and go, this is exactly what I need you to do. And so there's no discrepancy between what it is you're expecting and what it is they read on that paper.
Absolutely. That makes sense.
That clarity will help you to cause this person to win, or to identify quickly if they're not winning because they're not doing these 5 things in these 5 paragraphs or whatever it is. This is a key results area idea that we use here, but I'm expanding it in this case because I want you to write like an essay.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot going on here. You're picking up, you're the chief everything officer right now. You're the CEO. You're doing all kinds of crap.
Treadmill.
And, well, it's a little past treadmill, but I mean, you're deep into Pathfinder confused for sure. And so, what caused you to level up out of that into the trailblazer is the clarity of roles, and your role is so multifaceted, and even has some things that are on it that are not detail, but they're spirit. The spirit of how you do this is this. Okay, your job is to surprise and delight the customer. Your job is to come up with ways to help us increase revenue, and then your job is to do these 6 things or 3 things or 4 things or whatever they are, and just write it out in great detail to where when they read it, they go, okay, that's what I'm going to be doing every day. And if I'm not doing that, I'm not good at my job. And that's what a key results area does. But this is a complex because you're kind of hiring a mini-me. And so it's a complex job description, a complex key results area form that we're doing here. And I want to force you to think through exactly what you want them to do and what you are paying them for. That way they're not disappointed and you're not disappointed because we're very, very clear on what this looks like. Man, that's a great business you got. Congratulations. It's very cool. You're making bank on it too. And by the way, quit dumping it all back into the business. Take some home and buy mama something. She'll be a little less resentful of all this. And you're making enough money to do that. This is the Entre Podcast.